Hi, I'm John Davidson. I used to be really big, hosted the Hollywood Squares. That's incredible. Johnny Carson's Tonight Show. Now I'm doing Ronnie Barnett's Boom Boom Room. Why? Because Steve is paying me 35 bucks. That's incredible. The incredible thing is that I'm doing it for 35 bucks because at this point I could use the 35 bucks. But the other reason is that I have watched the Ronnie Barnett Boom Boom Room, and it's a lot of fun, and I really loved it, which says a lot about me. Anyway, hope the 35 bucks comes soon. I love the show.
Hey, I'm Ronnie Barnett.
And I'm Steve Schnee, and welcome to Ronnie Barnett's Boom Boom Room.
He's lean and lanky and he knows how to zoom. Check out Ronnie Barnett's Boom Boom Room.
One of us is an internationally beloved rock star who has performed all around the world. He's a member of the Hollywood rock and roll elite. He owns records from the late Rod McEwen's personal collection. He's pals with Frank Stallone, and he has a legitimate gold record to his name. The other one of us is a weird and lonely guy that sits in his room making YouTube videos and is in desperate need of a friend. Hi, it's me, Steve Schnee, the CD Junkie, and I'd like to welcome you all to Ronnie Barnett's Boom Boom Room. In this series, I chat with musician and all-around great guy Ronnie Barnett about some of the really cool music-related promotional items and rock and roll bric-a-brac that make up just a small portion of his personal collection. And now, here's the star of our show, Ronnie Barnett.
Hey, Steve, welcome to the room.
Hey,
I'm trying to get you in here for a long time.
Before you start showing us the stuff, how long have you been collecting these things, and where did you first start? I mean, were you working in a record store when you got these, or did you start buying them from people?
Yeah, it's both things. I like a lot of us was a little kid in the '70s, and walking into a record store in the '70s, there's still nothing like it. It was the era of promo stuff and stand-ups and just you'd walk in a record store and it would just be visually just every space was filled, whether it was like this kind of stuff or head shop posters or the head shop corner of the store or whatever. And I just fell in love. I mean, starting at the first time I went in the store when I was 7 in 1972, and I think it just stayed with me, and I started kind of hanging around record shop. I was a big music nerd from an early age and hung around the local record shop and would sweep up for promos and promo stuff. And I just always loved it. So a lot of the stuff I've had for 30 years plus or whatever. And some stuff I've bought, and some stuff people have given me. And it's just, there's a lot more that I don't have out too. Believe it or not, this is like, I have my favorite stuff kind of out. So
yeah.
there is a lot more. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, what is going to be the first thing that you are going to show us?
Well, that's the thing. Like, you know me, Steve, and you know I know show business. Okay, so I know you got to start off strong. You can't start off with the weak stuff. So I'm gonna start big.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start off with this. This is the. I'll back up a little bit. This is the Object from Led Zeppelin's Presence album. It's most everyone knows that iconic record cover. This thing is in the midst of all these different weird photos, family gatherings, and look at that shadow. Look at the shadow it casts on me. But yeah, they made 1,000 of these, and you're not gonna be able to see it. Maybe I'll take some picture, but it says like Presence there. It's kind of engraved there. Led Zeppelin. Kind of see the indentions there, but now, talking about this, I do have to admit something. This is not an original. I worked in a store in Houston that I won't name. I don't want to incriminate anybody because they're still in business. But one of the partners who kind of fell off was a big Led Zeppelin dealer even back then, and he made up a run of copies. Now that said, these copies are worth money now too because they're so well done. So anyway, an original would definitely be in the thousands of dollars. These copies now, this is probably like $300 to $500 at this point. So they're still sought after.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's
the object.
awesome.
Yeah. I actually love this band, and I think you do too. In fact, I know you do too. But this is the Outfield.
Oh yeah. Wow.
And it's one of those things where you'd pull that square out and you go,
wow.
This album cover lent itself to
Absolutely.
To being perfect for that. So the Outfield, let's talk about it. Very underrated. I mean, a lot of people have a bad impression of them because they had big hits or whatever. But I think if they went back, they would find that they're a great power pop band.
See, I was going to say that the only thing separating them from a lot of the other power pop bands is they had that big bombastic production. They had this big loud production that, stadium ready. Whereas if the sound was a little more insular, a little more tight, then I think that they would be, because Tony Lewis, amazing, great vocalist, right up there. In my opinion, he's sort of somewhere between Tommy Evans of Badfinger and Paul McCartney. He's got that really sweet voice that lends itself to great melodic hooks. And of course, John Spinks, although he looked like Jeff Conaway from Taxi, he looked like he was born and bred in Southern California. Looked like he could pick up a surfboard and bingo, he'd be out surfing the waves. But they're British. And who would have thought what a terrible tragedy it is that 2/3 of the Outfield have now passed away.
Yeah. No, and I'm glad you brought up the point that they're English, because there's not a lot of English like AOR, bands. Like,
yeah,
I'm sure most people don't know. Well, most people probably don't think about the Outfield, but they would never guess they're British.
Oh, totally, because their sound is pure American AOR, and like I said, a lot of like if you have RO Speedwagon or Foreigner or something like that, that sound does not lend itself, or that's their style is that bombastic production, but it doesn't lend itself down to power pop if you strip away a lot of the elements. Whereas the Outfield, they appealed to a lot of people. They appealed to the top 40 kids, the AOR kids, some of the new wave kids dug them. Especially really, Say It Isn't So was actually the first single that came out. And that could have been just a great new wave KROQ hit. But then Your Love, the name of the song, or people know it as I Don't Want to Lose Your Love Tonight.
Yeah.
But that, of course, just made them massive. And then, I thought the second album was each album has just absolute gems.
I agree. Even the MCA years.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Didn't they jump to MCA? Wasn't that who they jumped to? Yeah.
Yeah. They jumped to MCA for 2 albums.
And they probably did horrible in their home country. I'm sure they weren't big in England at all.
Yeah, I think when they first came out, they were called something like the Baseball Boys or the Baseball Lot Boys or something like that. And there's actually like a digital album out there featuring all their early recordings before they changed the name of the Outfield. So it has a lot of the songs off the first album, but they're in more raw form, less production and stuff.
A friend of mine, people know I collect this stuff. So every once in a while, a good friend of mine will say, "Hey, I got an item. I'm sending it to you." A friend of mine up in Seattle said, "Hey, I'm sending you this. I didn't know this existed. Never heard of them ever since. This is the Loverboy Keep It Up suspenders."
Holy cow. Wow.
There we go.
Wow. That's friggin' awesome.
Love it. Again, somebody in the marketing department using their noggin, keep it up. What do we do with that? I'm not sure Loverboy meant suspenders when they named the record, but but it fits literally.
Now, if that album came out now, they would slap a sticker on a box of Viagra. I think I like the suspenders idea better.
Yeah. No, I like Loverboy. Keep it up.
Oh,
That's kind of what they started going downhill, but still got some good songs. Still a couple of good songs on there.
I'm a Loverboy fan. You know
Yeah.
me and AOR.
I want to say Hot Girls and Love's on that record, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
But I will tell you though that I mean I don't love every Loverboy song, but the song that just gives me it just shudders when I think about it is "Loving Every Minute of It."
Ah.
That's like, well, how do we write a song with no melody but will still appeal to the lowest common denominator?
Again, at that point, I'm sure they were getting a lot of heat to have hits, and
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
time
They
was
still have good
marching
album tracks.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for a lot of those bands that once you have a hit, it's not that's not the end of the story. You're expected to keep having them and have them be bigger than ever, and it kind of gets in the way of progressing artistically in some
I mean,
bands. Some bands not.
That's why I think you're this way too. I will follow a band until the end, even if I mean, if they put out like 30 bad albums in a row, I might kind of give up somewhere down the line. But someone like Loverboy, I still love Loverboy. When a new Loverboy album comes out, I will buy it. People don't realize that I think Loverboy is still for the original 5 guys.
It is.
And the only reason the bass player is no longer with them is because he passed away.
Yeah.
So,
Sadly, yeah, it's true.
yeah.
Same guys still working. They were going to be working like right now. I saw they've postponed their dates. Well, everybody has, but
yeah,
they're supposed to be on tour right now. So I've always loved this item, and I've had it for 30 years. But recently, the company has made them for commercial sale, though I think they're already sold out. So I just want to show this. I've always had it, just one. This is a Fast Times at Ridgemont High.
Wow.
Vans shoe, okay? And it's just one. I think, I don't know, maybe they made them, maybe they did sell them briefly back in the day, but I've always thought of it as a promo item. But recently they did do a run of them that people could buy, and I looked, and they were faithful to this original shoe, like with the way they did the logo and stuff. But Fast Times, I mean, what is there to say? One of my favorite movies. Seen it a million times. Could probably recite the whole thing to you right now. But yeah, I've always just had the shoe just kind of sitting around.
So at this, you never had a pair of shoes. It's always been the one.
No. And I bought it from a box of promo stuff. So I don't know.
Okay. Yeah.
I guess there's research I could do to kind of figure it out, but I've never done that.
Why research? Just enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I've done all these years. Just had it, and
yeah,
Fast Times. I don't usually tie my own experience into the Boom Boom Room, but Fast Times at Ridgemont High, directed by Amy Heckerling, who went on to direct a little movie called Clueless. And Amy got in touch with us to cover Kids in America, which earned us a platinum record. So thank you, Amy Heckerling. Always wanted to work with you. All right. I don't know what you think, but I love the Tubes, and I've got some things on the wall by them. But as far as items, I'm trying to look at the shadows, I have 2 of these, so I'm just showing them both.
Wow.
I guess, somebody Capital just went and bought this thing. It's probably, I guess it's some kind of thick, pipe thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, they just went down to a hardware shop and slapped a sticker on it.
Yes, and slapped it on and chose to go upside down for some reason. I don't know, because they both are like that. I would have put it the other way. That's me, just because the album cover is kind of this direction. Well, I know they're pasted on here though, so it's like somebody did this.
Oh, okay. So it's not just a sticker; it's actually kind of.
It's a sticker. It's not printed on there. That's what I mean. They could have easily flipped this sticker and made it.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Though, maybe that's how they envisioned it. I don't know. But again, I love the Tubes. I love the completion backwards principle.
You see that you just see that item that you were holding up, and it just takes you to the album. Not a lot of things do that. That definitely does.
No. I'm sure you have Talk to You Later in your head right now.
Yeah.
Or Sushi Girl, or the
or the very first time I thought it was Talk to Your Lawyer. But I heard it like coming out of a car radio and going, talk to your lawyer, what? And then I found out later.
And now talk to your lawyer is going to go through my head occasionally when there's I see a lawyer or something on TV.
My Uncle Gary bought this for me. My favorite. Okay, I'm a huge fan of Christmas. My favorite Christmas movie out of all of them is Elf.
Oh my God. You got it.
Yes.
You got it.
This is big news for me.
Go ahead. No, absolutely. Oh, wow.
Yeah, look at that. It's Buddy the Elf. Is that not the coolest thing or what?
Thank you for sharing that. I don't know much about you, Steve, but I knew that was your most wanted item.
Yes.
So
yes.
I am glad you got it. Wow.
Some of the people who watch my channel are going to go, I've seen that already. But most people don't watch my channel. They only come here to watch you.
Well, that's fantastic. And in your honor, in that item's honor, maybe I'll actually get around to seeing that movie for the first time.
Oh,
soon.
Fantastic. My favorite part, all I have to do is do this. Okay, and then you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Okay,
anyway,
it will have significance.
Yes. Anyway, what is the first item you have for us on this special holiday edition of Ronnie Barnett's Boom Boom Room?
Well, again, I want to say thank you, Steve, for asking me about doing this holiday episode. My initial reaction was like, I don't know that I have any Christmas items. You know, I wish I had a Johnny Mathis promotional ski, you know, or a, you know, Bing Crosby white something.
Yeah.
But I was able to locate a few things. I'm going to start off with an item that's not musical and that I just got today.
Oh.
And that you'll be able to relate to. It is a new... I'm holding this so it shows it's an ornament. It's a
that's awesome.
It's a Jack in the Box ornament / antenna ball with a mask. So we can.
Oh, that's awesome.
It'll show what time we're living in if this is seen in future years. Yeah, had to have it. I used to collect a lot of Jack stuff. I don't have much anymore, but
well, you have one extra thing. I gave you something.
I do. Which is not in my grasp, but Steve gave me his Jack in the Box bobblehead. For those of you who don't know, Steve used to work at Jack in the Box in high school.
My first job.
And he knows the secret to the tacos. He's not telling me or anybody else.
No, but did I ever tell you the difference between a taco and a super taco?
No, please.
The cape.
The super taco wears a little cape. That's one of my favorite jokes of yours. I played dumb there, like I didn't know it, but I love that.
Yeah. All I can tell you is the customers didn't laugh over that one, but go ahead.
All right, Steve. I know you love Christmas. I know you love Elvis. So this is I guess this would fit in your wallet. This is
oh yeah.
This is a 1978 calendar.
Wow.
Made by RCA Records, which that'd be the year after Elvis died, correct, Steve?
Yes.
78.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I guess it came out around Christmas time or some significance because there's Elvis and Santa and a Christmas tree. And
I don't know what they did and why they did it, but if you look at any of those Elvis album covers from 78 from the 70s, all of them were just, even if it was studio recordings, they were all pictures of him live.
Elvis didn't like to do photo sessions, is my guess. And they needed pictures for album covers.
No, I think it was just them being lazy. Like, look at this. Okay, this is the Elvis Aloha from Hawaii. See, it's a picture of Elvis superimposed.
Oh, that's fantastic. Was that in the original album, or is that?
That's in the original album. Superimposed. Wow. Now that picture, the card that you're showing, that's a picture of Elvis superimposed. He's not really standing next to a tree. It's a live picture of him superimposed but that is Colonel Tom Parker dressed up as Santa Claus, I think.
Oh, right. Well, you just ruined this whole thing for me, saying it's a fake photo.
No.
He's lean and lanky and he knows how to zoom. Check out Ronnie Barnett's Boom Boom Room.